community faced horror and tragedy in what should have been a community celebration.
Chilling new video capturing the moments an annual Wisconsin Christmas parade turns deadly as a red SUV speeds down the route before plowing into marchers Sunday in Waukesha, sending screams echoing through the crowd as terrified onlookers realize what's happening.
We just heard like something hitting something, and we honestly thought that it was part of the parade. And then I looked over, and there was a red Ford Explorer just ramming through everybody.
Multiple people are dead and dozens more are hurt, including children.
Every 10 or 20 feet there was a body laying in the road, and they're giving CPR to a lot of them, and then they ended up covering them up.
The attack triggering panic from this community outside of Milwaukee, just trying to celebrate the beginning of the holiday season.
There was moms running looking for their children afterwards, like screaming for their children up and down, running in stores. It was bizarre to see here.
Police say an officer used his gun to try and stop the vehicle from continuing to crush people. Adding a person of interest is in custody and the scene is secure. No motives are currently being ruled out.
It's unknown at this time whether the incident has any nexus to terrorism.
Victims are being treated at multiple area hospitals. Police are working to notify family members of those who were killed. Ashley Strohmeyer, Fox News.
Okay, so if I may, I have a few things to say about this case, this terrible tragedy. I heard about it last night on Epic Times, and in a sense, I don't really have the words. I try to put myself in their position whenever I see something like this. This is absolutely horrendous. The first question I asked when I saw this thing is, why on earth doesn't the parade have some kind of police escort that is competent enough to disable that vehicle before it can enter the parade and hurt civilians? You can see here that it basically has free reign to travel alongside the parade. So basically the driver just picked a place to crash into. You can see that it almost hit the little girl right there. Look at that. But nobody is trying to disable that vehicle before it comes into the parade. Now, I wasn't there. I don't know for sure if that's actually how it happened. They said that a police officer tried to disable the vehicle later. But I have another video here from CNN that shows the SUV, basically the front end is damaged. So it means that they didn't stop the car from here. I'll show you one more moment here. So you can see that the front end of the car has been already smashed. The hood is broken here. The mirror is broken. The bumper is broken. Police did not stop this car, I presume, even after it hit so many victims. So I will call this a terrorist attack because I find it very, very odd that the police don't show a motive. This is a Christmas parade, so you can presume that the targets were perhaps Christian people. When you look at the state of mind of the driver of the vehicle, you can see that it is mentally unbalanced, for sure. Take a look here again. I look at this poor girl, almost got hit. Look at that. So this is done very deliberately, very purposefully. Definitely the driver didn't show any sort of restraint. It looks to me, because of the 40 plus hurt, that he wanted to take down as many victims as possible. And as I said from the CNN video, even after he plowed through the crowd, it looks like he plowed through it and then kept going. Because the vehicle is not disabled, but it's damaged. So I find it very, very, very troubling and curious that the police had such a bad handle on the situation. In my experience, a parade of that size, of that caliber, with so many people coming out, will have a police escort at the front and at the back, and maybe at the side as well. And it looks like the police are present, but failed to disable the vehicle at all, or at the very least prevent it from entering. Uh, they may misjudge the driver's motives, but at the same time, when it's traveling at high speed, I would still say that the best judgment is to disable the car. You have to act properly in that moment, and you have to be able to see that this vehicle can harm a lot of people. The police escort was present. They should have done everything in their power to disable this vehicle from entering the parade. The escort at the rear of the parade, because that looks like where the vehicle entered, definitely should, I would say, open fire on the vehicle's tires would be the most practical approach for me. So there's mass panic. I can't imagine being there. That kind of behavior would make me paranoid to be on the street. You could see the shock in people that they don't look at this officer running after it. How come there's no police car going after this thing? The thing I find most upsetting is the lack of police response. I could say that for sure. Like an officer running after it? One officer? That's it? That is terrible. This parade signifies something like the joy of Christmas starting to come back, despite a terrible year with the pandemic again. People are trying to return to normal. It seems that there is a deliberate move to keep us in a state of fear, in a state of terror, in a state of panic. And I will blame the Waukesha Police Department for this, because again, a failure and an under reaction to the terrible situation. Indeed, without a doubt, no real opposition to stop the vehicle from entering the parade, and no severe reaction to disable the vehicle. That's what I conclude from this tragedy. So the driver, I hope, will be charged with murder. I just don't have words. It's so, I try to imagine myself there. There were children there. There were families, so many families, to watch the parade. It looks to me like somebody may have paid that driver, or maybe he is mentally unbalanced to want to destroy such a happy occasion. But in a sense, the complete disregard for life and dignity that I see in this scene, and definitely you can see there he crashes through it. But I hope that criminal is brought to justice, because there's so many people that are injured that will scar them forever. They may be afraid to attend the parade for years after this thing happened. This case is still very early. They're not releasing the name of the driver. They're not releasing motive. But his motives and his intentions are quite clear to me. I'm sorry. I'm horrified by this. This is so... It could have been prevented, in a sense. It could have been prevented. The police underreacted completely. And there's no priority given to civilians' safety at that moment, except maybe by that one cop running after it. I don't know why he's running. I don't know if that vehicle was involved in a chase and was trying to get through the parade as a way to escape. Maybe the car is stolen. To me, there's just not enough information out there to make a proper judgment about the situation, but I still wanted to share it with you because this tragedy should get as much coverage as possible. So I will conclude with that. Let me know in the comments below if you have any more information about this thing, and please like and subscribe to my channel if you found my content useful. Thank you so much.